Hello friends, welcome back to another video. My name's Nuala and you can find all sorts of planning and journaling content on my channel. Today we are setting up my January plan with me in my journal, so the first month of 2024, and I'm really excited to get started. I also wanted to say a huge thank you to all of the lovely new people who have joined me here on my channel. I have had quite a few people join since my last two videos, the reading journal setup and my 2024 bullet journal setup. So if you have joined me from either of those videos, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you here. And as always, thanks to everybody who is here from the beginning. It's wild to see the numbers grow, but I'm excited to have you, and I can't wait to get started on 2024 and get more content out there for you all. So anyway, let's get into it. So when I went into doing the spread, I didn't really have much of an idea of what I was going to do. I just got out my little box of supplies with all my ephemera and my stickers, and I kind of just felt out what I thought I wanted to do. I saw this tear out from a magazine that I've had for a very long time, and it kind of, I don't know, I just sort of thought it would be quite cool for a little background. A lot of the stuff that I do is usually quite kind of pale and like peachy pinks and more neutral looking, but for some reason I've gravitated towards this, and I think it's because I had my next Patreon journaling kit theme in mind. My patrons decided on the theme for January's kit to be celestial, so I'm very excited about it, and I think that's kind of what I had in my head whenever I started doing this spread for January. I think just to kind of tie it in and get inspired and get myself into the kind of thinking space of that kind of theme. So that's why I think I kind of gravitated towards this piece of ephemera to stick in for the background. Also, I recently have just watched Savannah Scribble's setup for her yearly bullet journal, and hers is like a real gothic theme, and it's in a completely black bullet journal, which is super cool. I loved it. So I took a little bit of inspiration from the gothic side of things from her spreads, because I thought it looked really amazing. So if you don't know Savannah, then I will link her below and you can check her out. She has some amazing bullet journal content as well. Anyway, so I just decided to start rummaging then through all of my ephemera to see if I could find any other pieces that I thought would suit the theme more, now that I kind of have had a better idea of where I was going with it. So yeah, I just rummaged through all my bits and pieces. I really think that I need to find a better solution of storage for my ephemera, because I always make such a mess whenever I'm going through it all, because there's lots of different pieces in different sizes, and I think I might take a leaf out of By Bun's book, who is also on YouTube, and maybe arrange them in size and have like small, medium and large kind of like baskets or boxes or something. But yeah, I think I need to organise in some form or fashion to make it a little bit easier for me to find stuff. I mean, maybe it would work. I think sometimes it's inevitable that I make a mess on my desk whenever I'm journaling. It just kind of emanates from around my journal, and I look around whenever I'm finished and I'm like, whoa, where did all this stuff come from? I don't know if you're like that too, but I get so zoned in when I'm journaling that I kind of forget what's around me, and it's not until I'm finished that I realise how much of a mess I've created. But at least if I had an organisation system that worked, it would be easier to put it away in an organised fashion instead of just dumping it all into one big box. But who knows, maybe I can arrange that in the new year. Maybe I could even make a video out of it. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. So here I am attempting to do some lettering for the title. I've written the word January out. I'm going super slow. I would love to learn properly how to do calligraphy this year, because I've never really done it properly. I've kind of mimicked what I can see on like different fonts and stuff, but I've never been able to just do it myself. So I would love to learn how to do that. That would be a nice goal for 2024 for a little personal hobby. Here I am basically just trying to mimic what my very good friend Sandra has. Her calligraphy style is beautiful, and she was very nice to actually send me calligraphy for the days of the month, the days of the week and the months of the year in her lettering that I could use. I personalised it and coloured it and cut it for her, and I'm sending it to her. as her cutting machine is not doing great right now. But she said I was free to use them as well for my own, which I had fully intended to do for this spread, but by the time I got around to actually doing it, I realised that I hadn't printed it out and I didn't have the time to do it. So I ended up just handwriting it instead. So Sandra, you're going to have to let me know what you think of my my copying of your style. It's a little bit jittery, but I think I did okay. But yeah, I would really love to learn more calligraphy and even just different types of hand lettering for my journal next year. I do tend to use quite a lot of stickers and stuff, but I think it would be fun to be able to kind of do a few different styles with a marker for myself. So as you can see here, I have my big bundle of sticker sheets that I'm going through to try and find some things that would suit this spread. I also need to go through this because, as you can see, there's probably quite a few empty sheets in there that I need to get rid of. I keep saying that I want to try and figure out a better organisation method for these stickers as well. I think I have a video on my channel from back when I got a sticker book, and it is very good, but I use it more for my functional stickers, and I have found that I think I would prefer a sticker book where the pages are removable, you know, like a ring binder maybe, more so than a ring bound. Like a spiral ring bound is kind of like the version that I have right now. It's fine for my functional stickers, but I think I realised that the more stickers I get, then I have to put them kind of at the end of the book rather than in amongst all of the stickers, because I like to organise them in kind of theme. So, you know, in my functional stickers I have all of my weekly headers and my monthly headers kind of all together, so that it's easier to find. But then I don't know how many pages to leave blank before going on and like leaving space for the next set that I might buy, and I might leave too much. So I don't know, I've overcomplicated it in my head, and I think I just would prefer something where the pages could be, the sticker release paper pages could be removed and put in, because then I can just add a page if I need to. So I think I've seen a few sticker books like that around. I actually had considered looking into getting the little folders myself and customising the fronts of them for my shop, so that could be something that I do in the future, but for now I think I'm going to look around and see if there's anyone else that has them and see if that might be a better organisation system for me, because yeah, rummaging through my stickers like this always ends up, it just takes me far longer to find things that I need, I think, because they're just so jumbled up. So maybe that would be a good option for me. Let me know if you've ever used a sticker book or the ring binder styles. I would love to know if you have any opinions on what might be the best organisation system for stickers. I'm still finding my way after all these years. I have quite a mixture of things in my sticker stash from lots of different shops, and then my own, and then I have stuff from a bundle that my husband bought me. Oh gosh, it was a couple of years ago now, so I'm not really sure where those are from. But what will happen very soon in this is you will see me making lots and lots of decisions about what kind of stickers to put down, and I place everything, and then very soon afterwards I look at it and realize, actually, I don't like this at all. So very soon you're going to see me changing my mind, and I think this just happens. Thankfully, the stickers came up really easily, and I was able to put them back on their original sticker sheet, so I can use them in a different spread. But yeah, I just changed my mind. I didn't think the colours went very well, and I just took them off and kept it a little bit less sticker orientated and more kind of collage orientated. So yeah, I think sometimes that just happens in journaling, and I guess thankfully, like I said, I was able to take them off without ruining the paper. I'm sure I would have found a solution if I had have, but it all worked out in the end. And here I am, pulling off all the stickers. Anyway, I thought I would get into a little bit of what I have coming for January and 2024. I was thinking throughout January I will probably post a few things about like my plans and my intentions and things like that. If you've watched my bullet journal setup for 2024, you'll see that I have a page for 2023 reflections and 2024 intentions. And I specifically chose the word intentions because I feel like I would like to go through the year with the intention of doing these things and, building my way up. And I don't necessarily want to write things down specifically as goals. I think sometimes it's easy to write down all of these things, this big list of things that are number orientated or these huge goals that you have. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having goals, but in my head personally, when I see the word goal, I think it almost puts me off sometimes, and it's like there's too much pressure. Whereas if I change my mindset a little bit and think of it more of an intention of how I'm going to work through the year and how I'm going to live through the year personally and in my business, I feel like I'll approach it with a much better mindset, and that will make it a little bit easier for me to both achieve it and then also not feel as bad if I don't reach those goals per se. I think sometimes whenever we write down these big lists and then we get to the end of the year, if we haven't reached those goals, then it can feel quite disheartening. So I think that mindset shift of intentions versus goals might help make it feel more of kind of a journey rather than a destination, if that makes sense. So I'm going to probably do a video on that, and included in that will likely be my vision board spread, because I didn't fill that in my yearly setup spread video. So if you want to see my vision board, then you can watch that video, which will be coming soon. So I will talk about my reflections and intentions in that video as well. I probably will use the printable that I created for my Patreons. I made a list of prompts to journal with to help reflect on the year past and coming up to the new year. So I'll probably do that and use that, and then I can take from those reflections and kind of work those into my new journal so that I can write about the previous year and what I want to do for the next year. I've also been thinking about the different types of content that I'm going to be putting out on YouTube in 2024. I have kind of evolved a little bit through my channel. I started off doing a lot of studio vlogs, which I really enjoyed, which was a really nice way to kind of see where my business had gone from the start to now, it's a nice way to be able to look back. And I also had my planning content basically right from the beginning as well. But as time has kind of gone on, I've evolved into doing mostly the planner content stuff with a few kind of vlog type things sprinkled in to do with the business. Like I think I did a Kickstarter vlog. I think that was my most recent one anyway. And then I had a video that was like telling everybody that I was on Patreon. So a few of those types of videos have been sprinkled in, but thinking more about the content that I'm bringing this year, I want to continue to dive into the journaling stuff. So I will still have my monthly videos coming out. I was also thinking about starting to do some weekly video setups as well, because I never really share my weekly spreads on YouTube. I do share them on Instagram, so if you're ever wondering what my weekly spreads look like and you haven't seen them, then you can go over to my Instagram. I tend to share them as either photographs or reels on Instagram, but I have decided that I might start doing some weekly setup videos as well, so you can get a better idea of what kind of setups I do, and get you some ideas for yours. And then also I was thinking of kind of bringing back the journaling style video that I did, where it was like a journaling vlog. I had one where I basically created a pen pal letter, but I was thinking more, because I want to experiment a lot with journaling this year, I'm going to try some new methods, some new journal types. I've been wanting to try Hobonichi for a while. I want to go back to using my traveler's notebook style journals for a while as well. So I was thinking of kind of making that into a little bit of a series where I kind of vlog about my experience and bring you along on the journey, so that I can tell you my thoughts and what works and what doesn't and what I enjoy, to give you a better idea of maybe journals that you've maybe wanted to try, and it might give you an idea of something that you could use or whether it would work for you or not. But it would be more of a casual kind of video style, I would say. So kind of vlog style, cozy journaling kind of content. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I obviously want to make sure that the videos I'm creating are something that you would enjoy too, so that we both enjoy making and watching. Back to what I'm doing in my journal. This is the second page in my spread. I have a little calendar there. Mostly just means then when I'm setting up my weeklies, I can kind of look back and forth and see what dates and stuff I need to be looking at. I usually always use my phone, so it might be handier for me to be able to just look back on my calendar. I've tried doing large double page spread calendars in the past, but I've just never found a great way for me to use it quite yet, because I tend not to put personal things into this bullet journal because it's mostly used for my business. And also because I put it online, I tend not to put the personal things in there as well. So I think that's why maybe the larger calendar spreads don't work for me. Maybe in the future I'll use them, but I'll always go back and try. For now, it's a little one just so that I can see the days and the dates and what matches up. Also underneath you see the 3 long boxes that I've created. Every spread that I do, I always write down my stats for all my businesses and my platforms and stuff. So like Etsy, Patreon, Instagram, YouTube. I like to keep track of all of my numbers and stuff just to see whether I'm growing or if it's slowing down. It's just nice to look back on. I don't pay too much attention to it in terms of like analysing it too much. I don't want to get too kind of deep diving into any of that kind of stuff. It's just nice for me to be able to kind of at a glance look and see, because I tend to be overly critical of my growth in the business, and I can downplay a lot of what I've done or what I've achieved. And so being able to look back on the numbers month to month makes it like a really tangible way for me to see that actually I am growing and that I'm doing good for my business. So I think it's a great thing to do. Speaking of the fact that I keep my personal stuff out of the bullet journal, that's something that I am thinking about a little bit more for my 2024 journals, and why I'm thinking about experimenting with other journal types, because I do think I miss kind of tracking a lot of my personal type stuff as well. I will sometimes put things into my business bullet journal if it's going to clash with work. So if there's like an event or something where like my husband has to go do something, or my kid, you know, I'll put it into my journal so that I know not to like arrange something business related on those days or times. But there's a lot of other things that I would like to track for my personal kind of life as well, and I hemmed and had about whether to put it into the business journal and just merge them. But because I planned on doing a lot of experimentation with other journal types this year, I figured I would use those to track like the personal stuff. And I will still share the journey with you of those things. I might just blur a few things out depending on what I actually write in them. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Also, I just realised while I was talking about this spread, because I filmed this yesterday and I'm recording the voiceover today, I forgot to leave a space for my goals for the month. Normally I have a little like space where I write down like 3 things to focus on. It's not really like a goal, it's more kind of my focus for the month. Like maybe in January I want to do a lot of admin. You know, I got to make sure all my taxes are up to date and stuff like that. So I could put that down as a focus for the month, and then yeah, so that's kind of how I tend to use my double page spreads. I normally do one that's a side that's quite decorative, and then I have my stats trackers, and then I have my focus for the month. But I've just realised watching this back that I completely forgot to leave that space. So thankfully I have not yet set up my January spread, or my weekly spreads, so I will probably add that in on the next page so that I have that there. Or I could just add a little like a little extra like post-it or something on top. I'll figure it out. We are coming to the end of the video. I'm just going to wrap up here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the spread and how it turned out. I would love to know in your comments below. Please leave a thumbs up if you liked it, and of course subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Like I mentioned in the middle of the video, I have lots of plans for the channel, lots of plans for the business, and I will be talking a whole lot more about those sorts of things in the coming videos too. So I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I hope you've had a great 2023 and you're looking forward to 2024. Once again, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you who have subscribed and watched over the years. It really is heartwarming to see everybody joining and liking my content and my spreads. Whether you have been around for a long time or you've just joined, you're so welcome here, and I'm excited to show you lots more in 2024. So I'm going to head on. As always, stay cozy, and I will see you in the next one.